Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda, hero like defender of the fatherland, off you to a glorious 1v1. Oh, and you guessed it, it's Amilly Fields. In the north it is Tonkatsu fighting here for America, freedom, democracy here with the 2nd Armored Division with infantry, mechanized company, heavy cavalry, double infantry and grenades. Versus south it is AceHiro fighting for the Oberkommand West, Germany, Deutschland. The Führer Big Light Brigade, the Grand Offensive, Luftwaffe Ground Forces, and Overwatch with double infantry and plentiful bulletins. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my own personal company of heroes, my patron supporters. You too can join their illustrious ranks by pledging on Patreon, or you can just donate at one time by PayPal. Links in the description for both. And of course, as always, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Keep YouTube from kicking in my door and dragging away from not satisfying the algorithms. So, double upside here for Tonkatsu, double focus for AceHiro. Heading eastwards straight for the eastern field plan with the Sturmpioniere, Volksgruppe heading westwards. For those wondering what was the Führer Big Light Brigade, it was one of two formations formed out of the Führer's bodyguard units at the Wolfschanze, there around the eastern front in eastern Prussia. After a certain point they abandoned, and then they had a lot of military units that just did nothing. These were formed into two brigades, the Führer Grenadier Brigade and the Führer Big Light Brigade. Basically just two of these, and basically, they were a mix of men from the Großdeutschland, which, been second for that purpose, but also just a lot of that was known as the predecessor to the Volkssturm, the Landessturm, actually, which most people never knew about. And so we're basically a mix of, actually fit troops, but also a bunch of old men and sort of just a mix of other troops. Even more fun is a lot of them were mounted on bicycles. So, despite being some side being such an elite unit, it was not particularly elite. At least in some ways. Third route going away here though for Tonkatsu, heavy cavalry there with rifle and defensive structures, off-map smoke barrages, the Rangers, combined arms, and the M26 Pershing heavy tank. And the west here, first shots fired, Volksgruppe catch operations here, carbines versus Kar-90Ks. Bit of quiet here, reasons they're suffering the first loss. Jeremy drops dead. My god, they got Jeremy! Not Jeremy! Who was Jeremy? Some guy from Ohio. Rasport flanking the Volksgruppe here. Support the nearby action heavy cover there, so quick assist there. There we go. Need to focus on the Rasport swiftly here. There we go. Suddenly, Tonkatsu's flank here turns a bit messy, as they were not expecting a second Volksgruppe here to turn the tide there against the Rasport there still. Focusing on more. Still, we got even more troops now ramming here for AceHiro and Deutschland. More Volksgrenadiere. And there we go, Panzerfiscal on the way here as well. Sturmpioniere up to flank here. Pinching Tonkatsu's assault here and suddenly turning into a rout here. Beautiful setup here by AceHiro. Thumbs up. Really strong opening here versus the Americans. Really strong here. Pushing forwards with German infantry for the glory of Deutschland. Rasport there down to half health. Tonkatsu needs to pull back the men before they have to be sent further back home in, pine boxes. So there you go, down to 3 men. Back here in the east, Rasport pushing for the eastern field point. Troops reinforcing and getting ready for the next big push there for Deutschland. Straight for the car point and sandbags on it. Looking to set up a bit of a pin here perhaps and slowly drive Tonkatsu mad. We got a captain though being rushed out here. Fascinating. Again, there seems to be a slight increase in captains as of late from the Americans. American 1v1 metagame has typically been so focused on the lieutenant that it's quite interesting to see this sudden more aggressive shift towards captain in 1v1 space. Panzer sitting out here. Folks is falling up there. Got the truck out there, the Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper. Troops remaining here, grab some more points. I think that's very sensible. Could also lay down some more sandbags around here, so that way the opponent can only use the light cover there, but they still have the heavy cover. So that's also a sneak way to do it. Plus also ensures they're not all in the same spot of heavy cover. They actually spread out a bit there. But there you go. Tonkatsu for a flank. These here though, Brandhand ground off there, flashing Rasport on the cover, push allowing for the Panzerfusilier and the Volksgruppe to deal with them. And fun fact, the troops of the Führer Big Light and Führer Grenadier Brigades were actually known as Panzerfusilier. West here they're being overwhelmed, cap rushing forward to the BAR. Probably one of the main reasons people are going for the cap more again is because you can get out of that early BAR without having to research weapon racks. And the BAR on the captain is really, really strong. Because again, you're also having the Thompson, and that turns the captain into an absolute wrecking ball of a unit, and that looks to be acceptable. Oh, right, run on, and there we go. Volksgruppe wiped out here, quite below there, and you can see that now they swing around here, further making things hazardous. See if they see him, he retreats very sensibly. It's otherwise he's a good chance of getting wiped here. Good flank here by Tonkatsu. 2 thumbs up to that. Really good maneuvering here. Punishes AceHiro for an extended line and not so much support. And what is this? Mechanized regiment. Well, this is definitely a bit of an off-meta match then. Captain's rare, but mechanized regiments of late have just been even rarer. In particular when combined with the Panzerfusilier, since most people want to preserve the munition for the upgrades and not spend them on medic kits. So things are getting a lot more interesting here for sure. Go straight for the coal point here. Tonkatsu just blazing the way through AceHiro's front line, going straight for the vital points here. An aggressive and sweeping push here, particularly expedited by again getting that wipe here. Anti-aircraft following up here, making things further difficult here for AceHiro. Sandbags up on the carve point. In fact, on both carve points. Should definitely consider upgrading him. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up having to go for Panzer strikes on them in response to the anti-aircraft traffic. Of course, he could also just push for the looks, which is likely going to do here. Oh, Puma, obviously. The 234-2 heavy armored car. The Puma. Just going for those important here. Captain, all supervising. 2 thumbs up to Tonkatsu. Such an overlooked ability in the American arsenal. But really here, Tonkatsu is playing very aggressively, looking to just push the timings and as much else as they can. Oh, even supervising here. Oh my. And then, no, we do get the looks here from AceHiro. We do get the Panzer II. Aufklärungspanzer. Ausführung L. Anyways, pushing forward here, ambulance all the way there for Tonkatsu. That's what they're rushing forwards there. Really getting some leverage out of that captain there. Solid. Oh, Kansas the looks in favour of the Puma once the anti-aircraft tough tech hits. Very understandable. Perhaps they weren't expecting the anti-aircraft to rush out so fast because, again, when it comes to a lot of things in the American players' arsenal, most American players never make a damn well use of them. In this case, of course, Tonkatsu then, of course, completely blows apart the expectations of timings by rushing out the anti-aircraft track. You know, just showing how powerful it can be, because it really just allows you to push out something several minutes faster than your opponent's ever going to be ready for. Imagine the Surge could do this with the T-70, for example. That'd be bananas. So definitely a nice aggressive well play here by Tonkatsu. Got the Puma out here though for AceHiro, the 234-2. Was the least produced version of the 234 armored car series, as German High Command were a bit concerned about the turret in the gun causing the crews to get a bit too bold and forgetting their primary mission. Captain being slowed a bit out, troops getting ready here. Captain down to 3 men. There we go, sent packing here. Sending a small task force westwards, but the main force is in the centre. 3 infantry squads backed up by the Puma. And of course, the Puma can always rush the western force there if necessary. Bazooka team up here though for Tonkatsu to help deal with those goddamn Kraut cars. Skirmishing on the west, Puma rushing westwards there to assist, firing up there, and his first shot whiffs. Ralph being bled out, Sandcup suddenly there being compromised steadily, and there go happening at the centre foot caught here behind a bunch of bricks. Going for the eastern fuel point here, lots of pressure level here between AceHiro and Tonkatsu. And back to supervising something here, probably an anti-tank gun actually. Really leveraging this ability so much more than the average player. I mean, this is honestly more Dave levels of play, and I will still say Classy Dave is absolutely just, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the epitome of American play. I still miss him. Do miss him so much. But yeah. Alas, some players just vanish, never to be seen again. Anyways, Tonkatsu clearly following in his tracks. And that is to be commended. Puma there was the rough squad there. Punch on the flank there as well. Interesting enough, not seeing the Puma in here. He's probably worried about bazooka teams or just anti-tank rifle grenades. And there go destroying the sandbags with the bazookas. Anti-tank ready again, using the captain's supervisability. Just solid play there. Absolutely solid. Impressively so. We'll have to see what AceHiro goes for next. Looks, another Puma attack. I mean, another Puma would definitely be a bit excessive in some ways, but I mean, it could be interesting, in particular a more open map like Amilly Fields. 2 Pumas could possibly be a bit of a tricky part here for Tonkatsu to deal with, but we'll see. Pumaing in here, incoming forwards, bazooka teams on the prowl. And you've had something loading up, bazookas firing away there. Folks, they're suppressed and routed, unable to withstand the torrent of high density firepower here from the anti-aircraft half track. And one entangling forwards. Good hit from the anti-tank gun there. Troops reinforcing healing. Could go for the looks, but there's certainly also arguments for just wanting to take out faster. Versus Chief Tonkatsu. Puma shoots, whiffs. Puma's not having too much luck with his 5mm gun. Eastern point is secured. Making progress for Deutschland. Of course, also need to fix up Puma. There we go. Sturmpioniere hard at work on that one. Flank here being probed here, I think, by Chief Tonkatsu. Very good there. West side is all being grabbed up. So not a dull moment here as Chief Tonkatsu is looking to exploit any opportunity ever as AceHiro. Punching up, they're catching large squad out in the open, immediately though losing on Ludwig. There's some well-fired BAR shots, and Chief Tonkatsu, of course, realised from how the situation is developing, is bringing up some artillery support here to further compromise AceHiro's defences. Very good. They're half creeping up, and there you go. Puma moving up, trailing the turret, and shoots, finally getting hit in the half-track. And there you go, Panzer pushing forward here, bypassing the half-track, going straight for the antenna. They're forcing here Chief Tonkatsu to actually fall back here, although risk losing that half-track possibly, though there's still the bazooka team preventing a direct pursuit here, but even that can only buy him so much time. And there you go, forced retreat. Half-track though has not put as much distance in between here to prevent the Puma from just going straight forward and catching up with it. Close call there though for Chief Tonkatsu. I think AceHiro just pushed up here instead of just going for deeper flank there. He probably could have taken out the half-track, so lucky there for Chief Tonkatsu that AceHiro apparently was a bit concerned. Raketner for there though, on the way to help deal with vehicles and possible armour. Chief Tonkatsu at this rate could actually take up for medium armour, and of course further then rush it out there using the cat and supervisor ability once it gets there. Truck knife face it up, so no looks. No Panzer II. Puma they're holding back. The Puma will later be replaced by the 234-3 and 4, which would then operate with the -1 in sort of smaller patrols. The -3 was equipped with a 75mm cannon with high explosive shells, similar to what the Stuki has, and this -4 had a PaK-40 mounted on them. So they'd sort of be, you know, motorized assault guns to sort of support the reconnaissance elements. Full support here by the half-track on the west, push back. Panzer is pushing forward here, quick steel hand grenade. I was not surprised if course also was a part of it, because without him removing a turret, of course, also just makes it easy to produce. So cost probably also played a role in why they switched away from the Puma towards, you know, the more assault gun versions there. Bravo squad's half going straight for the Sturmpioneers, going to push them back here down to Feenan. Concussive grenade off to cut the retreat. I think is very sensible, but needs to get out of there. Troops reinforcing healing here. Truck standing ready there for AceHiro and Deutschland. Pushing for the Eastern victory point as the West one being claimed here by America. Freedom and democracy. Puma shoots, not landing a great hit there. Mortar also in action out here for Chief Tonkatsu. No major yet. Despite otherwise aggressive timings in a lot of areas, seems like Chief Tonkatsu is not keen on that one. Or perhaps has some plans we, of course, are not privy to. Eastern pointing grab at the Panzerfusilier. Amilly Fields setting up, zooming up with a Raketenwerfer. Wrong target. God damn it, there's a tank! My God, we are not tanks, you American Doomcops! We're people! We have feelings! Although we're mostly repressing them at this point. Grab the center victory point here, small pushback here in the east as well. They're forcing AceHiro to abandon the position just recently gained, though obviously without much fighting. And we get a Ranger squad out here for Chief Tonkatsu. Ending some Thompsons there. Worth noting, of course, all the nations being expended. There's not really been any mines here, but there's still been some sandbags, so they're actually making some usage of the doctrine so far. Rangers, sandbags, no smoke though, but mostly there's been no need for it. Orbital done here though for AceHiro. Very good. Some more elite infantry, put pressure down on Chief Tonkatsu, could do some serious work. Rangers almost got the Thompsons ready in the west here, pushing forward to the Panzerfusilier and the Volksgrenadiers. Worth noting, the Rangers would also be commonly equipped with known as the Johnson Light Machine Gun, which is sort of more of a commando machine gun. It was actually a weapon that was very, very similar to the German Fallschirmjägergewehr 42. So they all found fact they based a light machine gun that also acted like, you know, as a rifle if necessary. So we got Puma there as the captain. Orbson there on the way here for AceHiro. Going for the LMD-34. Could have gone for the Inflat Sturmgewehr 44, but light machine is always a nice asset. After acting force but once more opening up the cannon. God damn, there's that tank again! We told you we're not a tank! Get some glasses, you doomcops! Infantry up there to tank gun, and the Eastern Rouse got pushed back. Grand Western victory point there up north. Final major here for Chief Tonkatsu. Now we'll have to see if they're going to go for armor. Or will they try to stall for the Pershing here versus AceHiro? An interesting choice if so. Would also be pretty confident in their ability to hold out for that long. But again, they haven't been able to control the field fairly well, so it's technically not impossible. That said, depleted infantry versus Rangers. That set is elite depleted infantry versus the Rangers, so ends up being a treat. Puma arriving just a bit too late here. Just when they're getting further forwards. Up north here, Ralph's got pushing back the full grenadiers. The Cavalry retreating, got a bit too far ahead. Half-track almost fixed up here again. Lot of back and forth action. Schwerpanzer calls being authorized. Sturmpionier to the rescue to salvage the flank in there. Go forcing retreat here. MD-34 could try and pop incendiary on Prison Ramsey. Well, too late now, but odds they actually have a pretty good chance of murdering infantry with those on retreat. And the west here punches with the Major. The Major found himself a bit over his head there. Puma taking a good hit off on the half track. Ralph's caught with the MD-34 there, suppressed. But there you go, more firing down. No smoke here from the Tonkatsu. Guess they're not a big fan of smoke. Choosing the western victor point, outmaneuvering the Germans there by the fuel point. Hiccup. Schwerer Panzer quarters authorized. Panzer was the captain. Doing what he can for freedom. Bazooka team are flanking once more. God damn it, a tank! Does these Americans always call out everything as a tank? Yeah, they do. It gets really tiring very fast. Puma there, more or less good to go. Captain westwards here. Small squad being dispatched there. And finally heading eastwards for the fuel point there again. Even as he's losing the western one. Closing in a tank here versus Tonkatsu. The way things are looking right now with Tonkatsu, I'm definitely getting the impression they're strong for the Pershing now. I mean, the current state of map control, I think, is actually making that a very strong possibility they can pull it off here versus AceHiro, though it does arguably give AceHiro a chance to turn the game around before that happens, though. So, bit riskier for Tonkatsu when it comes to the heavy tank stalls. But again, the others got such strong map control that it's actually kind of feasible. That half-tick just really proven to be an absolute just backbone element here for Tonkatsu, really just speeding up AceHiro repeatedly, and he's just been unable to finish it off here. That's set, he can soon push for a Panther 4 Model J. Got sandbags up here, very good. Bit quiet here, and we got a fuel cache here for Tonkatsu. Definitely think strengthening my suspicion. Again, he's going for the Pershing. He wants to make sure he's got the fuel there and just push it for it faster. Plus, with a fuel cache, I mean, obviously, once he gets it out, he's got to have less time to spend before he can get out more tanks after it. But there you go. Half-track strikes in the east here. Puma needs to get in there fast, but he's too far removed here. And the center here, punches there being bombarded by the mortar. Ralph's got to engage himself sides. Bazooka team Major moving in there. Mortar actually 2 kills. Stielhandgranate, but a bit too little too late here. He's going to have to fall back there from the center as well. Fighting position here. Nice work. Thumbs up to Tonkatsu. Making it harder for AceHiro to sneak up and harass that. Closing in on that Panther 4 Model J though. I'm surprised there's been no support here towards the eastern push. They're just the Puma being sent in. And the Kidnapper. What was on the move here? Bit of skirmishing here, Ralph's being bled out, half of them ringing again. MD-34 being hauled forward, and the Panzer are met with a violent demise in the face of the anti-aircraft target with 16 kills. Really been a great investment here for Tonkatsu. And east we've got the others on pushing forward, sending the Eastons packing. Go check for the Rangers here. Need to be careful though, they get too close to the Thompsons, and they did retreat immediately happening, obviously. But there we go, can go for the Panther 4 Model J. Can go for that Panzerkampfwagen 4 as von Jod. Could of course be they might be hoping to stall for the Tiger tank, though considering their situation, that's a lot less feasible and honestly a lot more risky. Panther, yeah. Honestly, I'd take just a Yak or Panther 4 and then say backing up with the Yak Panzer 4. There we go, Panther 4 Model J there for AceHiro. But they definitely need to sort things out here faster. Tonkatsu just continue to exert excellent map control here, and they're getting very close to the Pershing. Resource wise, they're pretty much already there. Command points wise, they're also pretty close. But that's really basically, shall we say, is where things are a bit more restrictive at the moment. It's the command point situation, because resource-wise, he is pretty much there now. Pentaform mod yet almost done it for AceHiro. Lots going to be shot to bits here. Punch taking losses from the mortar fire here. Catching in the Rangers, push them back fine, opening up the eastern fuel point again. Pentaform mod almost done. Pumaing westwards. Really hasn't been able to leverage that Puma very well, though. Has not been able to leverage it well. It's almost like he keeps misjudging where the half-track's going to be, and which particularly I think limits what the Puma can do, because he really wants that Puma to catch the half-track and finish it off, but it never has the chance, because by the time the half-track strikes, the Puma is then on the other end of the map here, so. And really should be expecting the counter-attack with the half-track to happen around the field point. But there you go, Panther mod ready. Should definitely upgrade it swiftly, with the pinlock machine of the commander, but that definitely needs to be an upgrade, and needs to be an upgrade schnell. Also backing up there, very good. There you see, solid tap formation here. Needs to be careful not to go in too far either, but there goes going for sort of deeper flank here, looking to outmaneuver. Tonkatsu, who is very close to that, and there you go, got smoke called in. I'm not entirely sure where. Ha! I feel like that was a misclick. Well, there's something else that we're not privy to, but there you go. Panther is knocked out here. Quickly get disengaging. Talk about a close one there. Even popped both abilities. That was really unlucky there for Tonkatsu, but obviously in reverse, really lucky for AceHiro. Half-tech continues to be an absolute just roadblock here for AceHiro and the German army. Almost got out of this time around, but something tells me it's once more going to slip through his grasp. Pantherform down repairs, Puma alternate repairs. You could honestly consider a repair pioneer upgrade there. And there you go at the 21, almost 22 minute mark here. Tonkatsu calls in the M26 Pershing heavy tank. Rolling forwards with this freedom machine. After going straight for the panzers in the east, pushing them back. Putting caught here and quickly being routed here by the Pershing heavy tank. Another shot fired there, ground center with the Panzerverleger. We got 150 versus 391. No repair pioneers though. Another getting effort AceHiro. Fulton moving ahead, he caught by the Rangers and the rear echelons. I don't think the Fulton will make much progress. Also worth noting, he's still got them not upgraded. And honestly, he may also just want to consider upgrading the Sturmpioneer with Panzerschrecks to just add some extra anti-tank fire here versus Tonkatsu and their forces. Can hunt the Pershing, good hit there, but they need a lot more hits to finish that one off. What I'm doing with the cannon against the rear echelons. Captain going for the rear, Buchanan for the Pershing, going straight for the Orbison here. First shot hits a nearby unit, but not the Orbison themselves. Panther applying support here against the infantry, but the Orbison obviously can't do anything against the Pershing. There you go, getting blasted there by the M26 heavy tank, shattering AceHiro's infantry, and further constricting his movements. Shot fired there, Puma being fixed up. Another cannon for the Pershing, infantry being blasted into oblivion in the open here. Nice anti-tank hit in the Panther 4. Once more popping all abilities. Thumbs up there. Also with both fuel point control and the fuel cache and most of the map, I mean, Tonkatsu is just getting easily a lot more fuel than his opponent. Troops setting out here, fixing up the Panther 4. And you feel being hold forwards here. Rascal being hammered in the centre. Westwood's got the point being grabbed. Pushing Euphors there. Troops being routed there. Panther 4 good to go here. Now they're into tank gun there. To further lock down any chance of the tank doing anything. I mean, at this point, AceHiro's chance of things an extra line like a Yak Panther had a chance against all this armor. And vehicles pushing ahead here, though, exploiting now that Tonkatsu taking forced to be more or less retreat from the entire field there. So, an opportunity now, a gap which AceHiro could possibly squeeze through and actually climb his way to victory through, but can he do so? is of course the bigger question, can he do so? Just because the opportunity is there doesn't mean he can actually utilise it. Amilly Fields puts in the Rangers, Panzer IV already pushed back by the Pershing, there remains an absolute titanic obstacle here for AceHiro's current composition of troops and vehicles. Still getting some of the victory points, getting the eastern field point. Puma needs to get into the action as well there. Could translate for like a deep flank, get behind some of the frontline elements, and say hit the half-tech from an angle he doesn't expect. Even like Pershing, that's going to be tricky, in particular now that Tonkatsu has 2 anti-tank guns, which is particularly a possible death sentence for the Puma. Puma towards the centre. Pershing running westwards here. Try and push for that eastern victory point if possible. Pershing diving in very deep on the west. That seems pretty risky. We see there's actually a lot of forces flowing up here, so possibly calculated risky by Tonkatsu, but could also be, you know, just bad math. Hunting with the captain there. No response to the Pershing going deep into the west there from AceHiro. Perhaps it's bait and AceHiro senses it. Who knows? But there we go. Engagement commencing. Pushing for the center as well now here. Leaving AceHiro center rather under pressure. Needs to range pushing on the Fulton Grenadiers. I think you shouldn't retreat. They should just pop an antenna grenade at advance there. Tonkatsu just bluffed the way through. Also, no combined arms pushes here. I think that'd be great there for Tonkatsu. Well, mortar fire though. That mortar's definitely been a great investment there, so thumbs up to that one. Storm being bombarded by the Pershing. Veteran before the Panzer IV before being sent packing. Pershing setting out there very, very close to Veteran 1. Break down the MU-34. Pershing push ready for the Panzer IV. Academy for caught on the treat and absolutely blasted into nothingness. We've got 97 to 1547. AceHiro really needs to like come up with some absolutely grand slam of a maneuver that completely just throws off Tonkatsu for like a lot of, you know, destruction and, you know, wipes. But so far, AceHiro just keeps sort of repeating the same motions for like the last 5 or 10 minutes here against Tonkatsu, which have so far not exactly been resulting in great victory. Tanks need repairs again. Still no repair pioneers there. Guessing they're hoping on either to get a Tiger tank out or a Panther, but they're just holding up a lot of resources which aren't doing anything when they really need to put more pressure on like Tonkatsu. Now, like again, a Yak Panzer would be, you know, much more useful than a hypothetical, you know, Panther Tiger. But at least they're getting repair pioneers, just, you know, took forever. Blend Cub there, catching 2 squads and send them packing as they enveloped in a rather noxious gas. Bit of quiet here from Mr. Tonkatsu. Rangers just standing about there. Fulton being bombarded by the Pershing. Veteran 1 on 21 kills. Taking more damage than the Kedden efforts and a wipe. Really just hurting AceHiro there. Puma being fixed up, Panther 400 repairs, ops on there in need of healing and reinforcements. 48 versus 347. Request to consolidate their forces, but so far none happening here for AceHiro. Straight to the center, taking losses. Guard the anti-tank gun. Almost have the Pershing there, but they're just really just charging in there blindly in there. Go exposing them to heavy Pershing counter fire there. Almost wiping up both Scorch Rangers on the retreat path here. Grenade off as well. Almost getting white peaches. Heavy loss of faces. Men are being completely slaughtered. Mercilessly cut down here by Tonkatsu's men. Panther 4 charging in. Got 25 points left versus 347. The situation for AceHiro is absolutely dire. Near catastrophic. Rangers wing and catching the Sturmpioneer by the center victory point. Heavy damage having inflicted on the Puma and the Panther 4. We got 15 points left here. Got the western victory point. In the center though, the effort is entirely failed here, as obviously attacking into a Tonkatsu, most of the guns concentrated, has proven not to be particularly effective without a significant series of smoke screens to like cover it up, and like they did technically have smoke bombs, just never utilized it. 10 points left. Panther 4 Puma need repairs badly. Still no sign of armor. Again, the attacks that all just really sucked up all the manpower because again, they attacked straight into like everything and just suffered intense losses, making it more difficult for AceHiro to then build up more armor. So at this point, I think it's safe to say it is very likely GG here. Yup, the D-Knight trying to stick around here a little bit longer. I mean, they just, you know, adrift at sea at this point, I'd argue. 2. Catch the troops there. 1, and that should be GG right about now. There we go. A loss there for AceHiro, victory for Tonkatsu. Brutal fighting, but also really just to highlight just what you can do with the Americans, like use a lot of the stuff they have, like just the cap and survivability. Really gave them some aggressive timings, particularly with that anti-aircraft tech, which I would say proved to be absolutely crucial. AceHiro, meanwhile, I feel like just didn't make great use of the Puma in comparison, didn't like utilize the map and his ability to maneuver very well here versus Tonkatsu, which was great for the American player and allowed him to just slowly set up a dominant position, which then AceHiro could just never hope to break. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, tell enemies. This is Imperial Link. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.